So, what is the problem? Have you thought about it? I'm sure you've guessed it. The problem is probably you, or me, or any of us. And the problem actually is right here. See this? This is the problem. This is your brain. Now, this is not your brain on drugs or anything like that, but this is your brain. Now, let me ask you a question. What percentage of your brain do you consciously use? 5%? 2%? Let's say 10, okay? 10%. So if this is the 10% of your brain that you consciously use, this big empty space here, what part of the brain is that? No, it's not unconscious. Unconscious is what happens when you go to the bar and drink too much or you fall asleep in the middle of something. It's not unconscious. It's called the subconscious. Subconscious. And the reason we call it subconscious is because we have lots of memories in there that we don't think about all day long. For example, have you ever been heartbroken at least one time in your life? Now, if you didn't say yes, you're a liar, and I know that because we all have. Of course we have. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever lost money? Of course. Have you ever loaned money to somebody else that didn't pay you back? Of course. We've all, as human beings, we all go through this. And we don't think about it all day long, but it's stuck somewhere in this gray matter of ours, right? Until a moment in time comes, and let's say that you and I are working together and we're doing a joint venture and everything's going great. Our businesses are working well together. We really get along. We see eye to eye on everything. Until one day I come up to you and I say, you know what? There's this opportunity I'm looking for over here, and I'm really short on cash. If you could loan me like $60,000, $70,000, I'd be happy to pay you back when I can. Now, if you've been burnt before, what are you thinking? That's right. You're thinking, no way. And what's actually happens, and I really want you to hear this, the minute I ask you for the money, immediately our relationship changes, doesn't it? Think about it. All of a sudden you don't trust me as much, you don't want to hang around with me as much, and here's the important point. This is not just for you, this is for the people that work with you, the people that work around you. Just understand that that relationship immediately changes, and it has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. I may be totally trustworthy, I may be good for the money. What happened, however, is the minute I asked, it triggered a part of your what? Yeah, that's right, your subconscious that came up in the form of something I call that's it, your little voice. Everybody, you know the little voice I'm talking about? It's a little voice that says, what little voice? I don't have a little voice. That's the one I'm talking about. Mine sounds like my mother. I don't know what yours sounds like. Think about it. Do you have a little voice? Let me ask you this. Do you have more than one little voice? Of course you do. I got a whole chorus line up here. But the bottom line is this, is that the big saboteur to all the business development skills, to all the dreams that you have, and let's just take a look at this for a second, is if this represents you and whoever it is you want to be, and whatever it is that you want, whether it's money, whether it's better relationships, better health, better lifestyle, my experience that the number one thing that's going to stop you is that little voice. That's the little voice that's going to stop you. Because you know what? Think about it. Getting healthy is not a big deal, right? Eat well, drink a lot of water, get a little exercise. So if that's so easy, why is over half of America fighting with a weight problem? It's not because they don't know what to do, it's because there's something called your little voice up here that somehow is sabotaging it. And in this program, we're going to learn how to handle that. Particularly, I'm going to show you what my little voices look like and maybe what yours look like in the next section. So stay tuned.